For Pacifica Radio, I'm Scott Baba. The death toll from catastrophic flooding in Texas over the July 4th weekend has surpassed 100. The number of deaths reached at least 104 yesterday as a massive search continued for missing people. Officials say searchers in hard-hit Kerr County have found the bodies of 84 people, including 28 children. The county is home to several summer camps. Heavy rains fell quickly in the pre-dawn hours on Friday in the Texas Hill Country. That caused the Guadalupe River to rise 26 feet in just 45 minutes. Authorities overseeing the search for flood victims say they will wait to address questions about weather warnings and why some summer camps did not evacuate ahead of the flooding. With additional rain on the way, more flooding still threatens parts of central Texas. Meanwhile, in the wake of the devastating Texas floods, the Trump administration is rethinking its policies around disaster relief. Simone Perez reports.
Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the White House may back away from dismantling the Federal Emergency Management Agency and giving its role to the states.
The president wants to ensure American citizens always have what they need during times of need. Whether that assistance comes from states or the federal government, that's a policy discussion that will continue.
The death toll from catastrophic flooding in central Texas is now over 80, and officials there say they're overwhelmed without federal assistance. Some also blame cuts to the Weather Service for delaying storm warnings. President Donald Trump hammered FEMA after deadly storms in North Carolina and falsely claimed money from the agency was given to undocumented immigrants. He also said he might withhold fire aid for California to force policy changes there. But on Sunday, he approved disaster funding for Texas. I'm Simone Perez for Pacifica Network and Public News Service.
The Israeli military says 5 soldiers were killed in an attack in northern Gaza, while health officials in the Palestinian territory say 18 people were killed in Israeli strikes. The bloodshed came as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was visiting the White House for talks with President Donald Trump about a ceasefire plan to pause the Gaza fighting. While there was no announcement of a breakthrough from that meeting, there were signs of progress towards a deal. The killings of the soldiers could add to the pressure on Netanyahu to strike a deal in Israel, where polls have shown widespread support for ending the war. Meanwhile, at their meeting, Prime Minister Netanyahu told President Donald Trump that he is nominating the U.S. leader for a Nobel Peace Prize.
I want to present to you, Mr. President, the letter I sent to the Nobel Prize Committee. It's nominating you for the Peace Prize, which is well-deserved.
Thank you very much. This I didn't know. Coming from you in particular, this is very meaningful.
Thousands of refugees from Myanmar fleeing conflict have crossed into India, Indian officials said. This comes following clashes between 2 anti-junta armed groups in the Chin state in Myanmar. Neha Punya reports.
Indian officials say roughly 4,000 people have arrived in the northeastern Indian state of Mizoram since the violence first broke out at the start of July. Officials say the number could grow significantly as fighting between the anti-junta groups continues in the Chin state of Myanmar. Mizoram has been sheltering thousands of Chin refugees since the 2021 military coup. According to officials, there are around 33,000 refugees in that state alone. Neha Punya, New Delhi.
U.S. military troops and federal immigration officers made a brief but mighty show of force at MacArthur Park in Los Angeles yesterday. It was unclear if any arrests were made before the National Guard soldiers and federal immigration agents left, but their appearance baffled local officials and shook up an area dubbed the Ellis Island of the West Coast. The park is a community hub in a largely immigrant neighborhood. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass and Governor Gavin Newsom called it a political stunt and a spectacle meant to intimidate the city's immigrant communities. The Department of Homeland Security said it does not discuss its operations and declined to comment. President Donald Trump threatened to raise tariffs on a number of countries yesterday, including Japan and South Korea. Trump provided notice of the tariffs to begin on August 1st by posting letters on Truth Social that were addressed to the leaders of the various countries. This comes as Trump signed an executive order yesterday to delay the official tariff increase for all countries still in talks until August 1st, effectively adding a 3-week extension to his previously imposed July 9th deadline. The letters warned the countries to not retaliate by increasing their own import taxes, or else the Trump administration would further increase import taxes. The higher tariffs could hinder economic growth, if not increase recession risks. I'm Scott Baba for Pacifica Radio.